The football team has no name. The New York Giants are a bunch of crybabies. And the Dallas Cowboys haven't won a Super Bowl since Robin Williams was dressed like an old woman catching his boobs on fire. And oh yes, you are now watching a Philly Fuego production. Gracias, amigos. Fly, Eagles, fly.
What is good? What is going on? And what is cracking? I am Philly Foothills, and I am back in the nest out west, where I'm trying to bring you the best when it comes to Philadelphia Eagles content. Phil Billies, thank you for joining me, and I am getting excited. January juiced, like I've been. Yeah. Last time I checked, Phil Billies, I am now over 210 Phil Billies strong, and I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for all the love and support that you all have given me. Couldn't do it without you. And as always, if you are new to the channel and you like and hear what you've seen today, again, I go by Philly Foothills. This is the Nest Out West. You are watching a Philly Fuego production. And again, if you like and hear what you see today, go ahead and smash that. Go ahead and hit that like button down below. Give me that thumbs up. And smash that subscribe button down below, like Fletcher Cox smashes the running back coming through the line. And that way you get more. That way you get more of my content. Greatly appreciate each and every one of your subscriptions. And if you want notifications of all my content, go ahead and ding that bell, and that way you'll be notified of all my content. So yeah, let's get into the nitty gritty of this video today. Wanted to come on and talk about some of the coaching updates that are going on with this staff. Mr. Sirianni is quickly filling out his staff. So it looks like the Eagles are going to be hiring Shane Steichen, or Steichen. Not sure exactly how to pronounce his name yet. I think it's Steichen. But he is from Sacramento. What? I was born there too. I'm just kidding. It's not that great of a place. But Steichen has been in the NFL since 2011, mostly with the Chargers. And the only knock I'm really hearing about him is that, you know, he definitely had some questionable play calling at the end of a couple of games this past season, because he was calling the plays. Anthony Lynn was not calling the plays. But yeah, I guess he tends to be run heavy. Which I think that's going to work here. Especially with Jeff Stoutland coming back as our offensive line coach. I think there's good things ahead for Miles Sanders and whoever else is running the ball for the Philadelphia Eagles next year, whether it be Boston Scott or whoever. I don't know what Corey Clement's future is looking like in the NFL. And I don't know if we would even entertain the thought about bringing Jordan Howard back. We shall see. But yeah, Shane Steichen is our new offensive coordinator. I am definitely happy with the hire. I think even though he doesn't have any head coaching experience, I think he's going to be a great balance for Sirianni, and making sure that they don't abandon the run. That they, you know, I would love to see this team be dominant up front and be run first. I would love that, because to me that's only going to make things easier for whoever the quarterback is, whether it be Wentz or Hurts. It's only going to make things easier for them. So if you could be run first with a younger quarterback, that only helps you. And I think that, I personally think that that's what, helped Justin Herbert have such a great year this past season with his rookie year, was that they were very balanced on offense. When it came to the Chargers offense, I mean they definitely ran the ball their fair share. They didn't necessarily have the success running the ball, but they definitely were balanced. So and it looks like Sirianni is also he's bringing over Kevin Patullo, who is going to be our passing game coordinator, and he's been with the Colts the last 3 years. Looks like he was the wide receivers coach for the Colts in 18 and 19, and then in last season in 2020, he was a passing game specialist. Now, I don't really know. I don't know if any of the Philbillies or anybody watching this video, if you haven't subscribed, you're not a Philbilly yet. But if you do subscribe, you instantly become a Philbilly. And but does anybody out there know what the freaking difference is between a passing game specialist and a passing game coordinator? I mean, that just sounds very, very similar, and I don't really know if there is much difference outside of the naming of the title. So if anyone can answer that, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm always trying to learn more new things about the NFL and about coaching players, things like that. I personally want to eventually maybe possibly go into coaching someday, so I always trying to learn, definitely. But Patullo has been in the NFL since 2007. He worked for multiple teams: Kansas City, Buffalo, Tennessee, the Jets, and he also went in 2017 in the middle of his NFL coaching career. Patullo went and he was the senior offensive assistant for Texas A&M in college. So that's what he did in 2017. So I mean, I think he's only going to help the receivers and the quarterback be better, be more in sync. I don't know if the Eagles are planning. I did initially hear that they were planning on retaining wide receiver coach Aaron Moorhead, but I don't know if that has since changed. I know Sirianni is looking like he was wanting to bring in a lot of his own staff. So, I don't know if Patullo would possibly, cover be a wide receiver coach as well as the passing game coordinator. I don't know if that's something the Eagles are looking to do, or if they're going to bring in someone separate to work with the wide receivers directly. But I haven't heard anything directly on Aaron Moorhead. And again, if you guys have any information on that, drop me a note in the comments. I'd greatly appreciate it. But and of course we're gonna be looking. We're also looking for a running back coach / assistant head coach, and I think that's why we interviewed. What was his name? His name's escaping me right now. But the gentleman who is currently the Denver Broncos running back coach, who we recently interviewed for the offensive coordinator position right before we offered it to Steichen. But I think he's a possibility to be the new running back coach, because he has a lot of running back coaching experience in the NFL, and God, it bothers me I don't have his name written down. I apologize, Philbillies. Yeah, I apologize. I'm trying to see if I can find his name real quick in some of my notes. I apologize. But yeah, I really personally feel that the Eagles were not intending to interview him for the offensive coordinator position, or they may have said that they were, but I think their intentions were to interview him for the running back coaching position, because I think they knew that Deuce was going to request for his departure, which is, again, very sad to see, but I wish Deuce all the success. It looks like he is going to make a lateral transition over to the same title, running back coach / assistant head coach with the Detroit Lions. So I wish him and the running backs of the Detroit Lions all the success, unless they're playing our to see who they bring on board. And also we have a coaching vacancy at tight end coach, because our former now tight end coach, Justin Peel, I believe his name was, he has moved on to be the tight end coach for, I believe, the tight end coach for the Atlanta Falcons. So I think we should pull Brent Selleck out of the front office as I think he's a talent analyst or something like that, or a scouting analyst. I nominate Brent Selleck to be our next tight end coach. I think he would make a hell of a coach, and I think he's still young enough and has enough experience in this league to definitely coach up some guys and to give them the right direction, and maybe bring them to that elite level of tight end in this league, kind of like a Kelsey or a Kittle. But I think that would be kind of cool to see Brent Selleck become the new tight end coach. So let me know what you guys feel about that. If you guys have another name that you think would be interesting to throw in the hat there. But yeah, I mean, and then as far as the defensive side of the ball, I think a lot of if you guys are in tune at all with Eagles news, that Jonathan Gannon is going to be our new defensive coordinator, and he's been in the NFL for quite a long time. He started in 2007 with the Falcons, and then in 2009 he was a college scout for the Rams, for the St. Louis Rams, and then in 2010 and 2011 he was a pro scout for the Rams. And then Gannon, in 2012, 2013, was the defensive quality control coach of the Tennessee Titans. And then in 14 through 17, 2014, 2017, Mr. Gannon was the assistant defensive back coach and defensive quality control coach for the Vikings. And then in 2018 to 2020, he was the secondary coach for the Colts, and now he's going to be our new defensive coordinator. And he has helped develop some pretty good talent along the way, i.e. Xavier Rhodes, and some other names that are escaping me at this time. But yeah, I mean, kind of going back to the offensive side real quick. I seen an article from Zach Pascal about Kevin Patullo, who is going to be our new passing game coordinator, who said that he is amazing when he, in regards to working with wide receivers. So, he definitely could be a possibility to kind of be a dual head passing game coordinator and wide receiver coach. So we'll see how that kind of pans out. But I just wanted to mention that I kind of thought that was cool that Zach Pascal gave him a big thumbs up, a big praise. But and it looks like there's going to be a change at defensive line coach. We're bringing in Tracy Rocker, who was most currently this past season was the defensive line coach for the South Carolina Gamecocks. and I think his name is attached to Auburn because I think he used to be a player for Auburn, or maybe he was a coach for Auburn earlier in the 2000s. But most recently, like I said last year, he was the defensive line coach for the South Carolina Gamecocks. And in 2000, he does have NFL experience. He was the Tennessee Titans defensive line coach from 2017 to 2019. So, I'm sorry, that's Tennessee, the Tennessee University. I apologize, but he does have NFL experience with the Titans, Tennessee Titans, but that was back in 2011 through 2013. So Tracy Rocker does have some NFL experience, but it's been a few years since he's been in the NFL. I like that coaching hire. I think he is a very, very good defensive line coach from what I've been hearing, what I've been reading, and from some of the film that I've watched of his defensive line at work. So I'm kind of excited about that. Now we're just kind of wondering and waiting to hear about what happens with Matt Burke, whether he's going to be retained still. I've heard that he could possibly be moved to linebacker coach because the Eagles, I guess, current linebacker coach, Ken Flajole, I'm not sure how he pronounces his name, but it looks like he's not going to be retained and he's possibly going to retire. So, yeah, that we kind of have a question mark, I think, at linebacker coach right now, but we'll see where that goes. I think Matt Burke would I think he would fill that role fine. I wouldn't have any problem with that. And he can, him and Tracy Rocker can kind of work together, and because I know some of these linemen can stand up and kind of play, kind of like an outside linebacker position at times too. So they can kind of work together and hopefully do a good job. I think they would. So we'll see. But another name that I haven't heard much about in Fibblies, if you guys hear anything about that, drop me a note. Hit me up at Twitter, at Philly Foothills. I'm always available. And drop me a dime. But have you guys heard anything about Marquan Manuel? I know he was our defensive back coach this past season, but I haven't heard anything about if he's going to be retained or not. He wasn't on the list of coaches that were leaving or staying. The article that I seen online, so I'm not sure about Marquan Manuel. Maybe he's not even under contract anymore. Maybe that's what it was. I don't have clarity on that. So if anybody does, let us know. We'd greatly appreciate it. And it looks like we're in the market for a special teams coach because Dave Phipp has also been given his walking papers and told to find employment elsewhere. So Dave Phipp is a longtime coach of the Eagles. He was a coach with Andy Reid. He was a coach through Chip Kelly, and also through Doug Peterson. So he went through 3 regimes, which is kind of impressive. But like I've said before, special teams weren't all that special as of late, especially. I'm definitely ready for a change in that department. So it'll be interesting to see who they bring in. But and the only other positions that I could think of that are still open as if the Eagles are looking to fill a position as the offensive quality control coach and defensive quality control coach. So we'll see if they plan on bringing in some people to fill those roles, or if I don't think every team has the same coaching staff as far as titles and things like that. So it's going to be a little while until we see the full picture, but we're getting there. So I think I've said my piece for today, and I'm gonna let you guys go. But as always, fly Eagles fly, and until next time, stay mean, stay green, and thanks for viewing me on your screen.